Hi y'all, this is Wade, the Ozark Hillbilly. I'm here at Wilson Creek National Battlefield Park. I'm here once again because I love this place so much. There's a museum I never got a chance to check out. I'm still doing my Ozark Crossroads series, and this is part of it. I thank you and I welcome you. Come along and I'll show you this wonderful place. As I'm walking up to the museum, one thing touched me about being here last time was walking the original wire road, taking me back to a different time and thinking about the hardships, thinking about why I call myself the hillbilly and why everything is because it's green in this area, this culture. This I see it all the time. Like it's up a video right now, birthplace of Route 6 Fest. There's a root beer I had in that video. If you want to go check it out, it was Billy Jacks, and it was a hillbilly character. He looks like he used to do moonshine, but now he does some root beering. He wants to do something more legal and put out some of that good old mountain root beer. It's so good and so delicious. I ain't trying to give a shout out, but it's one of those things that's grained in this area. It's the Southwest Missouri is a hillbilly. I don't know exactly more up towards like Jefferson in that area. If the hillbilly, if anybody knows, please let me comment about that. Or down by the Boston Mountain area, Arkansas, still part of the Ozarks, where you think about it as a hillbilly or not. Of course, sometimes being a hillbilly, we play on that. This area has part Branson and all that area has used that as a character to use to have fun with it. But there's so many things that I like about this area. And I didn't understand it. Like I have family members that are farmers who took care of the land. You know what I mean? I've not really had no moonshine or anything like that, but if we had to make some money, that'd be one way to do it. I had family members that did stuff that they put out products. They were inventive. They were creative, bringing out a product. That'd be a future video that I want to share sometime because there's someone that very close to me that he's kind of giving me inspired to do this, do another generation. Me yakking. I'm almost at the museum, and I'll catch you once I get back inside. Up to the museum. Looked like they had something over here. They have this nice white tent out there. I don't know what they were doing. Going up to the visiting center. Beautiful grounds. I love this out here. South Carolina, 1860, Missouri State. Oh, that's cool. Some famous battles, I believe. Fort Sumter in 1861. Battle of Springfield, 1863. These are famous battles. Wow, that is knee-slapping unique. Battlefield. Wow. This is something. Camp Jackson. Oh, this is Planter House meeting, July 11th, 1861. Sometimes this is why I like coming up here. You just see these little things. The Battle of Newton, September 30, 1862. Wow. The Battle of Boonville, Battle of Carthage. That's in the good old Ozarks. Right here. Wow. So much history. There's the visiting center right there. There it is. We're going to go inside. Battle of Wilson Creek right there. Oak Hills, August 10th, 1861. Why I'm here is look up something specific for this museum, but it gives you so much history. why the war, different parts of the war, the good, the bad, and the not so pretty. Choose the life of the different people who lived during the Civil War. Sometimes I just wonder, even some of the guns, free states, and all the people, the borders, all this information, and the people. I like this right here. Shows all the different counties. Shows where the war affected. The free area bound and the Missouri Compass went right there. Wow, so much history. Shall Kansas be free? That's kind of neat. Wow, I'm looking for something specific. I ain't finding it so far, but all these relics, all this information from this museum, I'm probably not doing it justice. All these people. William was a German immigrant who lived in California, Missouri. Missouri State Guard forced to migrate to serve in 1864, releasing him a month later. He enlisted the Union Army. Captain Thomas W. Sweeney, an Irish immigrant who was known as Fighting Tom Sweeney, who fought and lost one arm in the Mexican War. He overcame his grievous injury and remained in military service when the Civil War began. Sweeney served in the St. Louis Artillery. Wow, that is so awesome. Harry was a German-born newspaper publisher, political activist, soldier. Used his newspaper to avoid Missouri German advocate for Missouri German citizens. Also support the Republican Party, opposition to slavery, and joined the fight against the Confederate in 1861. Wow. These are the people who fought in the Civil War. The bloodshed of Missouri. This is right here. Doug Spring is on the old wire road. I want to learn more about this place. Found a little bit of information, but these are the battles. Wilson Creek, Springfield, Cassville, Cornskin Prairie, Carthage, Union, travel by steamship, travel by railroad, and the Confederate and Missouri State Guard troop movements. So, wow, that is neat. Timeline. Missouri was a hotbed of a lot of wars. Wow. Look at all the wars. Wow, that is neat. This war sure divided us. And here's the archive. An old dresser drawer. This is awesome. Shows how the men lived on and fight the fields. What would they be? Their daily way of doing stuff. Not too far from here. They even have a little sword that you can grip to feel. That is neat. A suffering box. Some more information. Living in the territory. Wow, this is cool. Cool. This right here, a little kiosk, the Cox family. You can hear a little bit of it, hopefully. Voice An actor showing what happened that time brings it to life, like the Tate family. Devastate the counties of Jackson. That is neat. What the soldiers go to war, their guns. This is the Battle of Pea Ridge. This is in the Ozarks too. All the different battles. Wow. This is cool. This is neat. Shows what a medic gets better faster. What a medic would have in all its tools. That neat. It's neat. The National Reunion Blue and Gray, August 9th through the 14th. Oak Creek Hill Battle. Road Raid. Showing that they're trying to unite. The Medal Honor. This is neat. This is a really neat little museum. Junior National First Union Killed in Battle. Shows all this information. Here's a neat little bed. That is cool. That's mostly funded by donations. Free to come in here. I'm so cool it is. So awesome. This is neat. Showing a battery of Union soldiers. A nice good cannon. That is cool. Everything they need. This is neat. This is cool. This is what I'm looking for right here. See? Oh, the old wire road. It shows you how I went through the Ray's house, all the different battles, and how the old wire road, how I just follow the terrain. And this is stuff that they found later on. This is neat. Man, I like this. And shows you are here and shows the rest of that. Let's I get one more look at that. That's cool. Oh man, bring history back alive. Here is a gift shop. They got water bottles, cups, all kinds of neat little swag. Little water bottle in case you want to go actually walk around the battlefield. Or you want to serve some neat magnets. Some Wilson Creek magnets. This is how one way they support this place. It's these gift shops. This is knee slapping goodness. Even a coin. That is cool. They have 250 hats, Wilson Creek, cups, mugs. That's neat. Even candy. All kinds of neat things. Even to metal cups like they would drink back in the day. That's pretty sweet. You're going camping. That's kind of neat. Some Junior Ranger stuff. This is how they support this battlefield mostly in its expansion. Some birds, neat t-shirts, some toys. That's pretty neat. Wilson Creek Battle. Even this one too. Or if you want to be a Junior Ranger, you got a little hat there. This is neat. Some books. You want to read up more on the history of the Civil War? Wow. right here says your purchase supports this park. That is cool. More books. More Wilson Creek. Man, I just got done with the visiting center. I came over here to get in the shade to talk to y'all for a little bit. That museum is so awesome, so wonderful. I hope I showed you a little bit about it. It's free. That's what I like about it. It showed you the history, showed you the different conflicts, and also it actually has new interactive videos. I didn't really show them very much because I did not know about copyrights and all that good stuff, but what I can show you, well, you can always come out here and see. I just hope I give you a little taste because like the gift shop, that's how they support here, donation boxes all around here. There's so much more I can do down there for another video. I have not even showed you a tip of that. There's another video I want to come down and show you about Wilson Creek. I'm glad. If you got 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you can walk through it. You can see everything about the battlefield. Guns, the different medicals, all the casualties of the war, what they have found so far. And they're even expanding. They're trying to get Bloody Hill. They have not got all of it over here purchased. And that's another thing. Because federal pays part of it, but the expansion and all that, it's up to this organization. I'm thankful that are allowing this to be free, or we don't have to pay a little bit of money just to go see a museum. They allow you to see the history, and when you walk in the park, you get to know what is so important about this place and what's so important about the old wire road and the crossroads, because it changed it. There's so many different battles in there. I didn't realize how many different battles happened in the southwest to the Ozark regions that changed this area forever. Wow. Need more yammering. I'm going to get on the road and show you what else I want to show you. This is just one part of it. I was coming here and seeing the touring map, and something caught my interest. The old wire road right here. You can see it's not a straight line. It follows a train and going all the way through down this way. Here's Z Highway. I walked from here to there, basically. Yeah, right there I walked to that part. I want to try to show you some of this, but it's not there anymore. There was a travel stop and shows you how hard it is to find the old wire road if you want to look it up, because it's disappeared. Springfield pretty much got rid of it because of progress. Clever has some of it. Stone County has some of the name of the old wire road. And I just taken back to the time that before Route 66, for all these famous highways through this area, this was the road back in the day. Because during the battle, this would have been closed off. Wow. And shows how much land they have. And they need to get more right here. I think Bloody Hill extends into this part. It'd be neat if they had this part right here where you can walk more of the old wire road. You can find us some more. I love this. This is why I got me excited about. I'm finding something that is very hard, very interesting, but I'm so glad this park is around here where I can search this out and find some more information. Oh, there it is. I'm doing this, the old wire road, why I'm so obsessed about it, because it's something before Route 66, before all this thing, it would show how much it would change this area if the old wire road became the main highway. And we probably wouldn't even have this battlefield right now if it came ahead. But this is something that causes these little changes. Sometimes I love history because it preserves something in a time that sometimes people might lose. You don't never know. The people that touched this area, the ancestors that made it a lot easier for me as a hillbilly to have a better life, and all this. And the Civil War. I know there's 100 opinions about the Civil War. Me, all we can do is learn from the history, move on, and just be interested about the good and the bad and not so pretty of the Civil War. There's a whole bunch of different opinions. Doesn't matter to me. I can look at it as a piece of a snapshot because I love thinking about I could time travel back in the day by walking around, what would it look like and how my life would be different. Yeah, I'm now on ZZ Highway. This is not the original wire road, but it does cross over it pretty soon. But you can tell this is not original because they had to cut it and made it new. But pretty soon when I come up to the little cross area, I'll show you. It's pretty much that right there is pretty much all the park. But it just shows that how much time has changed because it kind of goes diagonal. What I'm trying to do is get down to uh, Clever, Missouri, because they have some more of the old wire road and a piece of battlefield history. See, somewhere over there, I'm coming up to an old, where it would have been a stop. It's right in this area, but I can see why. They had to follow the train to get through this area. I arrived in Clever, Missouri, a small town, just under 2,500 people. It was not here during the old wire road heyday, but it boomed after the old wire road. And by around 1890, it officially became a railroad town in 1905. So a lot of you see the old downtown area is from that era. But I show you anyway, even though it don't really do tied in the old wire road, there is a battle on the old wire road but I guess the settlement didn't really be able to really become a town until after the railroad came in and after it became something important to this area. I'm going to show you downtown Clever. It's a beautiful area. I found this by accidentally because I had to do a cut through, and I always wanted to come back here and show you because it's a neat little downtown area. When you go on 14, you don't really know it's here until you drive down and see this. And I'm going to show you real quickly. There's some on this one side where I parked. Some of the business. You could tell, look how raised up the old sidewalk is because that's a telltale sign for a wagon or to load before the car around. The lower sidewalks are usually built after the car. They didn't really know about it, but they would keep that for loading wagons, all that. So this is downtown Clever. I saw it start on this side. You can see there's some buildings missing where it hit a rough patch, it looks like. Some commercial buildings, don't know anything about it. Looks like they got a feed building. I love walking around the old towns because you never know, and you don't really get a chance when you're passing through to see the beauty of the old downtown, even if it looks kind of rough. Even if everything's moving out towards the part of Missouri 14 highway. Got plenty of parking area. Yep, a feed area. I'm glad I started over here. Dog food, feed. Here's the other side. I'm going to cross over. They got still life. This looks like it was later on because it's lower down. Blue Jay scoops. Looks like ice cream. How I'm here, I guess I missed that. Kind of neat being in a quiet town. Where I don't really have to, when nobody's around, I can just explore, look around, and see. But they have fixed up around around the thing. Looks like there's a park back there. Clever is a beautiful town. The city hall is still downtown Clever. That's really neat. See, back there is the park. So they have a lot of things to offer. And plus, it's right now really like a bed and breakfast community to Springfield and Nixa and Republic. That's where they got grocery stores and all that. But if you want your good grocery store, closest one is Nixa or like Walmart. Here's some of the old buildings. I've seen something else piqued my interest. They have an old post office on the other side. I can just imagine the heyday, how busy this would be on a given night. But road changes and everything else. See that road right down there? That connects into the old wire road. I'm going to go down there pretty soon. There's the water tower, the Blue Jays. This small town could be something special. There's the post office. So there's still a thing. Spiritual Ground Cafe. That's cool. Looks like maybe not there anymore. Do not block. Police office is still down here. That is cool. JD Warehouse. Some of these old gray buildings. A supermarket looks like one time. Haircut. Here's an old gas station. Somebody made it, dressed it up to be old Sinclair. Takes it back in the day, probably what this used to be. There's a little tire shop next door to it. This is why I came down here. I was looking around and see. I won't step on the property, but I can view from the distance. Man, look at those old gas stations. Oil, man, made it look like a full service place. They have a car parking through there. That is neat. Old Sinclair. That is cool. Man, probably back in the day, this is where you get your gas and go. Look like an old tire shop next to the new one. This is neat. There's an old Cadillac in there. I think that is cool. Wow. This is beautiful. Man, I like downtown Clever. Hope you like it too. This old Sinclair gas station is kind of really cool. Clever could be really neat downtown. There's plenty of parking. I'm just casually walking around enjoying this place. Pretty much showed you there. There's like empty lots where business used to be. Takes me back in time because this looks like it's stuck in the 50s kind of on some ways, in some modern era where they had to fix up a building. Like sidewalks are two different heights. Around the city hall, they fixed it up. I like this. I'm gonna get on and show you the old wire road, and it's really neat. Right in here where it says impossible to cross is Doug Spring. Right in there was a battle a long time ago in Little Southern. I can see why, having water, having all this. Don't really know all the history about it. It was just a small little skirmish. But we're still on the old wire road. I can see why it's narrow up there and tied into here. A lot of farming. Probably why it stuck around. There's probably a good trail. See, right here would have gone straight and followed and went down that hill, but now it just stops. And that's the end of the old wire road. And there's a sign, the old wire road right there. I'm going to end it right here. So far, we had so much fun. I showed you the Battlefield Museum, a little bit of it. I showed you a beautiful little town named Clever, the downtown area. Some of the old wire road, and so much more. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you come back for more. Hope you subscribe it, like it. Subscribe where I can show you more. And why I'm in here is a building behind me. And the history of this town, that when I pick the series back up, will be right here. I'm going to come back to this beautiful area. A town that was so big, but now there's only one or two buildings maybe left of it. I'll tell you more. You must come back and subscribe. Then you can find all the previous videos on the Ozark Crossroads, plus my latest one, birthplace of Route 66 Festival. I'm sorry, my brain is not thinking right now because it's tired. I thank you. I hope you come back. I hope you have a blessed day. I'll see y'all later.